The Brisbane Broncos' lovable larrikin of the 90s is now a serious businessman. John Plath has been a pool builder for the last decade and runs his own company called Eco Pool Solutions.
The big thing is with this sort of business, I believe anyway, is that you meet expectations. So if you set an expectation, that you actually meet that for the client, and that way they seem to be happy, and business keeps rolling on.
Plath was plucked from obscurity while still at school, given his chance at the Broncos by Porky Morgan.
Finally, I signed a contract and jumped in the train and went all the way back out to Wynnum and raced up and put it in front of Mum and said, look, there it is, you know, I don't ever have to work again. I think it was about $2,000 or something, $2,500. Got on the phone to a couple of mates, told them, you know, what went on and how happy I was, and Mum kept saying, you need to hang up, you know, you need to come have a look at this contract. And so eventually I did, and they actually had it under the name Plant, P-L-A-N-T, so I was a well-known product at that stage.
By 1992, Plath was a regular on the bench for first grade. In a team full of big names, the utility went on to create a successful career as the team's super sub.
It was actually Terry Madison was the super sub, and I still remind him to this day that he was the initial one. And I suppose it's great to have an impact when you do get involved. But yeah, I don't know. I think someone like Sean Berrigan had far more versatility than I did. But yeah, I suppose if you've got to have a title, it's not a bad one.
Handed down for Plath. They haven't stopped him yet. They're not going to.
If you're not good at one thing, you've got to be reasonably good at a few, I suppose. But yeah, that's what sort of ended up was my career, I suppose. That kept me some longevity to it, was that I was able to play and cover a few different spots. It's not a hard thing to do. You just need to listen to training and make sure that you're picking up on what the coach is telling other players.
Plathy sells himself short because he went on to play a part in 4 premiership wins in 92, 93, 97 and 98.
The big thing for my role when I came on was to make something happen, to make an impact, I suppose, to help cover and work a little bit harder for the other guys who are getting tired. And you found when you did get on, it was invariably the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a half. So all the other guys were a bit buggered, so it was easier to find holes and gaps.
Plath's least favourite moment is the one that's probably earned him the most hits on YouTube, in the 97 grand final.
Funnily enough, that's where Cronulla didn't sort of take a great liking to me, and Les Davison decided to use me as a speedball. That year, 97, was probably the best year I had.
John was twice named Clubman of the Year and then retired at the end of 99, having played 169 first grade games.
I sort of always had the attitude of, you know, footy helped me live life. I didn't live life to play footy, so it probably a little bit easier for me.
Apart from creating beautiful backyards, John shares his time with his wife and 3 sons who all play footy, and he likes to wet a line.
I'm one of the most successful under-11 coaches down at Capella Bar Warriors. Last year I coached the under-10s. I think we won 2 games. Alan Cann I catch up with quite often, and we do a fair bit of deep sea fishing together. And earlier this year we were up at Weipa and spent about a week up there. And yeah, so I try and do a bit of fishing and a bit of boating, and then time with the kids with sport and so forth, and that's about it.
Not a bad life.